Thank you for joining us today for the Exploration Lessons webinar for the Equals Math curriculum. As you are watching our webinar today, if you have any questions regarding this implementation step, please email the AbleNet curriculum team and a curriculum specialist will assist in answering your question. Today we will be going over the exploration lessons within the Equals Math curriculum. Use this webinar to inform you about the philosophy behind the exploration lessons as a way to support you as you begin implementing the curriculum. An important step in the implementation process is students and teachers becoming familiar with the materials within the curriculum, or for some students, it may just be getting used to the routine of math every day at a certain time. The exploration lessons assist teachers with providing time for students to become familiar with the materials. As a reminder, the exploration lessons are located within the Overview Manual in Appendix C. After you have organized and placed the manipulatives and content kit within a math area in your classroom, the exploration lessons can be used as an opportunity to familiarize students, teachers, and paraprofessionals about the materials within the kit. You can use these exploration lessons to begin teaching equals lessons prior to placement. Paraprofessionals can eventually guide these lessons after a teacher has established the routine, allowing you time during the dedicated math time to assess students for placement. Within Appendix C, you will find an introduction page explaining the exploration lessons themselves, a pick symbol schedule, as well as listed options to repeat those exploration lessons with a variety of manipulatives and action card choices. The pick symbol schedule is available under the Resources folder within the Members Only content. To begin with the exploration lesson, there are listed guidelines to help you effectively implement the exploration lesson into your classroom. This lesson and guidelines were written broadly and are meant to cover a wide range of classrooms. Take the written guidelines you see and apply them to your classroom with your students' needs in mind. The first guideline to establish when beginning the exploration lesson is to establish the length of time for math instruction. Think about your students and what is achievable for them. This really might mean teaching for 1 minute that first day or week. In that minute, students may just practice coming to the math area and possibly sitting at the table. If that is the case, establish that time as math and that as a class, we will have math in this area. If possible, show the curricular kit materials. Once students have been successful with that established time, celebrate and increase the amount of time for the following day so their stamina is always building. Second, establish expectations for math learning with students as appropriate. For many students, seeing the expectations posted helps provide a clear guideline of what is expected of them. Research suggests having students help create this list so that it is connected and meaningful to them. On the first page of the exploration lessons, there is a list of possible expectations that you may be able to use to get your students thinking about what a math learning expectation might be. During this time, it may be beneficial to model appropriate math learning behaviors to help guide students' ideas. If you already have rules or expectations in your classroom, incorporate them into your math area as a way to reinforce the behaviors or expectations during math. Make sure to post the expectations in your math area and review them at least the first few weeks so students continually hear and revisit those expectations. You can even have students model daily what those expectations look like. Third, review the Action Dictionary as a support for student communication and problem-solving strategies. As a reminder, the Action Dictionary is found in the Members Only content. Be sure to place that on an iPad or on your desktop so that it is accessible during the exploration lesson. One of the reasons this exploration lesson was established was to allow students and teachers time to become familiar with the many materials that can be used, and also an opportunity to identify how those materials can be used to demonstrate and communicate learning. Within the exploration lesson, you will see purple words. Those purple words are ones you will find within the Action Dictionary. Fourth, post a number notes poster. The number notes may already be posted in your math area from when you initially organized your materials. If it is not posted, be sure to post the number notes poster from the content kit in the area you will be completing the exploration lesson. The exploration lesson incorporates the use of the number notes poster as a way for students to communicate and begin the idea of a community of math learners. Within Equals, there is an emphasis on discussing or communicating about one's learning and questioning. This needs to be developed over time. The exploration lesson allows teachers and students that opportunity to begin practicing the art behind asking and answering questions, as well as providing an opportunity to discover a functional mode of communication. In these early lessons, always consider any action, intentional or unintentional, as a mode of communication. Support those actions with a dialogue to show students the significance of their actions. Finally, use the pick symbol schedule. Following the lesson, there are 4 pages of pick symbols that can be used to develop a visual schedule during your math time. To support students' success with the activity, post the pick symbol schedule in your math area. If it is helpful, review each picture before the start of the activity. Turn each card over as you conclude that part of the activity so students have an idea of how many tasks remain. For the first exploration lesson, choose from the following pick symbols and place in the order that works for your students. You may start with just 2 pick symbols if your students require a short period of time. Your pick symbol schedule might just include explore, then break. Add more pick symbols over time. These guidelines for the exploration lessons should carry over when you are ready to begin teaching Equals lessons. These lessons allow you to establish a routine prior to teaching Equals lessons and allow students the time to practice these guidelines while working with the curricular kit materials. As a reminder too, as your routine develops, take this time to assess your students for placement while a paraprofessional leads the exploration lesson. Exploration lessons are set up in the following way. The lesson number is listed at the top of the page. The list of materials and learning outcomes for the students will be found under the lesson number. To assist with locating materials, there is a table at the bottom of the page showing images of the needed materials from the manipulative kit, content kit, and members-only content. The materials from the members-only content are always going to be the action dictionary and pick symbol schedule. The exploration lesson is 7 steps. The length of time needed to complete each step is dependent on your students. You may find you are only able to complete 1 step in a day, or maybe you are able to complete the whole lesson. The purpose of these lessons is not to get through them as quick as possible. Rather, familiarize your students and yourself with the materials and the expectations during a math lesson. The italicized words within the lesson indicate a manipulative that will be switched out. For the purpose of the initial exploration lesson, we wrote the specific materials to show how they will be used. As you repeat the lesson with different materials, switch out the italicized words with the material or action card you are currently working with. The lessons are rooted in the I do, you do, we do philosophy. First, the teacher models how to locate the manipulatives, handle them with care, work with the manipulatives and a work mat, then communicate their learning. Students use that model to complete the same task with the same materials. The last step is step 7. The instructions in this step show how to repeat the lesson with different manipulative combinations. Those manipulative combinations are listed in italics right in step 7. The expectation is to repeat the entire lesson with the new set of listed materials. The manipulative combinations are found on the following page. Use the listed combinations on this page to conduct the new exploration lesson. Many manipulatives from the kit are used in these combinations. If you should get through all of these combinations prior to teaching a lesson, your students will have had time and experience with the majority of the materials from the curriculum. This is a great way to begin building background knowledge that can be used during Equals lessons. As we conclude this webinar, I would like to thank you for your time today. The Equals Math curriculum provides consistency and support as students are introduced to new math skills. If you have any questions or would like to request a live training for the Equals Math curriculum, please contact a curriculum team representative at curriculum@ablenetinc.com. We look forward to hearing from you.